Alyssa Mercante sues SmashJT for I don't know how to pronounce this word. Statuistics. I don't know how to say it. Terrorism, defamation, and more. So
So Suzette,
she's been saying it's coming. She's been warning them of it for I don't know. Seems like months. Okay. Terrorism, defamation, bias related violence or intimidation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and tortious interference. Tortious being one of those litigious words. But she and her lawyer specifically alleged that Smash JT defamed her by claiming she has that she sucks ducks for money. Yeah, she sucked off many ducks.
Or ducks.
Well, I have to use my imagination. It's like D dot S. So duck. She sucked ducks.
She sucked many ducks in her years.
Hey, there's
Okay.
Sarge.
Oh, hey Sarge. Tarzia, being no Smash JT, that's his real last name, because Tarzia quoted statements are statements which impugns the chastity of Alyssa Mercante. Chastity? I don't believe she has any of that. Accuse her of the commission of a crime of moral turpitude, to wit, prostitution under New York Penal Law 230, under New York Civil Rights Law 77, if they are defamatory per se and special damages need to be pled. So basically, by him saying that she sucks ducks, that he implied that she's a prostitute. The problem with that being is he's going on her word. She said that she did such an act. She claims that's how she got a job in gaming journalism.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with her claim. Now she's the plaintiff in this case.
Yeah, so it won't hold water in court pretty much because of that.
No, it wouldn't. But see, that's where she thinks she's going to get them at. She's right off the bat calling for a trial jury, a jury of the people, which she and her counsel probably believes that they have the moral high ground that people will side with her, you know, essentially woke versus anti woke, and they will side with the woke. And that's where she thinks she's gonna bulldoze him with this, even though he has, as they say, receipts to back up each and every claim, you know, defending claim that she has put against him.
Well,
you know,
the thing is she went online saying these things herself on Twitter and
Yeah,
YouTube, all over the place.
we've seen. I mean, I know I've shown it to you. You know, I didn't make it up. I found it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's all over the place. It's
For that
not like
matter, she made videos saying much of this.
yeah, I mean she said the stuff herself, so he's just repeating what she said herself.
Uh,
the sad truth is people with the woke mind virus won't see the truth and will just back her anyway. It's sad, but it's true.
yeah, it is, and that's what she's counting on. Now,
I wouldn't be
see, when
surprised.
you get a jury of your peers. Now, they don't usually go by orientation and such. I mean, they might. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but to my knowledge, they go on location and age and probably financial standing, I would imagine. Now, if they have since incorporated orientation and so on into it, well, that's an odd move.
Yeah, and I think it's illegal actually, isn't it?
Uh,
Well,
Originally, it would have been.
in this kind of a case where she is advocating for the LGBTQ community, the peers would be the LGBTQ community on her side.
Yeah,
But what
but
they
there would be equal amount of peers for both the
y-
claimant plaintiff and defendant. That is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is there would be just as many for him too. So they got to even it
Okay.
out.
With this being brought to jury trial, it could become a big case that sets precedents, which could mean really bad things for a lot of streamers, and it would further allow uh, lifestyles as such as LGBTQ to steamroll over people as they have been for at least the last decade. It would further their power to do so.
Yeah,
Not unlike 9/11 infused the American government with being harsher on people.
the thing is if she wins this case, we can hang it up. Nobody will be able to do anything about these people. Nobody, not even the president.
Yeah, it will become more commonplace. Um, yeah, sure, it could spell bad things, but then again, it might not equate, to all that. It may be a minor factor. They may consider it more personal to personal. I don't know. I mean, I'm no expert in the law, and I don't claim to be. I know a touch here and there, but no, no, by not a lawyer by any means. But it says Alyssa Mercante uh, has suffered the following non-exclusive list of damages. Non-exclusive, right? Uh, I believe that means that she is reserving the right to claim more damages.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Injury to her professional reputation. What, those ducks complained? Is that it? Loss of status and goodwill at her job. What, by her attacking everybody she could, seeking attention, trying to fight everybody she could, even issuing a video out, exclusively offering to physically fight them while insulting them? Is that what she means? uh, Loss of status and goodwill in the industry she covers. What, by writing about ball jiggle physics, like male ball jiggle physics, and how we need to get rid of all white men out of games in the gaming industry? Right? Is that what she means?
Um, here's what I think.
Let me finish this. Industry that she covers. Oh, yeah. Even with her Rolling Stone gig, she still covers gaming. Injury to her personal reputation. Ooh, this girl's got an imagination on her.
Yeah.
Loss of economic opportunity, loss of income, and mental anguish. I don't think I have to comment any further. I think we all know better. I think we all know what's
Yeah.
really going on here.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's what I think. She's not smart enough to do this.
Oh, clearly she has somebody
Somebody put
bankrolling it.
her up to this.
She
Somebody
has
put her up to it.
she has lately been, to my understanding, been posting about financial issues. Someone is bankrolling this, which causes further issues for SmashJT because he is not so much being bankrolled. He will do, a GoFundMe type deal or whichever, format he decides to use, and he will get so much, but that is not the same as being bankrolled by a company. I believe she is being bankrolled by a company to do this. For that matter, there is the whole LGBTQ everything, and that's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you could pick any which one of them that might be funding this, which means he will run out of funds, and ultimately that's what will win or lose in court.
Well, you remember back when the Johnny Depp trial was going on? The only reason he won that stuff is because he is who he is and he had the money to drag it out, because if he hadn't, she would have won. Amber Heard would have won that trial. And the same's going to be done here
uh,
too.
Amber Turd.
Yeah.
Yeah. He still probably would have won if she didn't bring it to a public trial.
Well, here's the thing about her. She had sued him, I don't remember the exact number, but like possibly 3 times before, and won every time. Several of which were in the UK. He won because it was televised and he has charisma and his face is known and beloved by all the people that love his movies.
Yeah. I mean,
She won basically because of the imbalance between how males and females are treated in today's society, especially in court.
and in Europe, in the UK, they're silly with the woke business over there. I mean, pure silly with it.
It was, brings to mind uh, this Friday, I'm going to be on Ryan Roger Athe's channel. I believe that's his name. It's 3 word name. It's like,
Yeah.
got to process that.
You know,
He's a Brit, a UK person. And I don't know how he manages to say the things he does and not get locked up. I guess because he says them on channels which are based in America, maybe.
well, I can't help it, but I still think of him as the spear chucker guy. I can't
Yeah,
help it. It's just
Mister Spear Chucker. Which, the irony in that is he was calling a black person that, but he's a white British person, so now he's known as the Spear Chucker. Which I
I
got to
don't
do
know. I
some
don't.
mental gymnastics, figure that one out.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't
But
understand how.
okay, I am ever grateful to Sergeant Giratina for having me on his show, and on reality based Ryan Roger Ate. I struggle with that name because it's like it's 3 part name. But anyway, I'm grateful for both of them having me as a guest on their shows. And Sergeant, just about every time I stream, he shows up, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah,
Okay, you were saying?
but I just, I don't know how JT is gonna manage with them throwing this kind of a lawsuit at him. He don't got no money. What's he gonna
He
do?
will manage for a while. Hopefully, they will write off, see how big of a joke mockery that this is, and end it.
Yeah, I
Hopefully,
mean,
some amount of common sense will prevail.
if I
I
was a judge, I'd take a look at the lawsuit
But
and throw it out.
what's bad is Smash JT comes off as a you know all around American clean cut guy. He don't say anything too bad. His appearance isn't out there. He keeps things above board and clean, and for the most part. And I'm going. Why didn't if she was gonna sue somebody? Why wasn't it Hypnotic? Because that motherfucker has a mouth on him.
Yeah.
I think hypnotic's
Look,
so funny.
Hypnotic. I'm a big fan of Hypnotic and Smash JT. I absolutely am. But Hypnotic, he's got a way with the words. He does. He's like a poet with a mouth for war.
Yeah, I think both of them are real good. But
I
I
can
mean,
imagine 20
And just
years
wait.
ago.
Just look at this picture. You can imagine how many ducks been in that.
I don't want to. Why do you say this stuff?
Quack.
uh, like I was trying to say, I can imagine 20 years ago this would have been an open and shut case, and they would have laughed at her
Okay,
face. I
a
can't believe.
lawyer would not have took on her case 20 years ago. Her lawyer happens to be a transformer. Enough said,
Oh,
right?
okay. Okay.
They accused Smash JT of intentionally inflicting emotional distress on Mercante. Alyssa having to daily face unwanted attention online from male factors, both in public and private messages. That woman harasses the hell out of people. She loves attention. She can't fit enough ducks up in that mouth.
Well,
She probably she probably shitting out feathers for days.
the thing is people will quit talking about her for a while, and she will do something on purpose to make herself relevant again.
Hell yeah, like fight me physically, bitch. Like that nonsense.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And now she claims that streamers are sending people to harass her, and she's concerned for her safety, and She redacted her physical address while giving out to everyone Smash JT's physical home address.
Oh my God.
You would think that
Oh,
would be illegal.
She
don't he?
also gave out his full name to the public.
Oh my God. Don't he have children?
Yeah, that's one way this actually blew up to begin with is she contacted his wife and basically preached at her how he was harassing people and how he was a bad father and all such nonsense, something along those lines, right?
Oh,
Which if I get any information wrong here, it's easily researched. You won't have to look too far to find, the straight of it.
well, I mean, she's putting his whole family and him in danger because there's
Yes.
enough crazy people out there that do something.
Okay. Here's the thing. We have well, what I was about to say brings another thing to mind. They're calling him alt right. They, I'm not sure at this point what alt right is anymore because they're calling everybody alt right. But what I was gonna say is yes, we have far left people and far right people, and these days it's hard to say what far right is because if you're not completely all the way left, they're gonna call you far right.
Yeah.
But I do find one distinguishing feature between the two, and that is the far left are, in general, way more likely to go psycho on you to do these desperate things, while the far left will, right? The the right, on the other hand, they may be extremists. Some of them, sure. Some of them are extremists. Some of them are a little screwy in the head, but they generally keep it to themselves. They just want to be like, leave me alone and get that shit out of my face.
Yeah.
I've noticed that too. It's a bit insane.
But, this woman has endangered his whole family by doing this. Why?
Now, this here
Okay.
is a picture of Smash JT. I mean, you would swear he's a grown up 12-year-old.
I He looks Italian.
I believe he may be.
So, I mean, what's wrong with the way he is? I mean, nothing.
I
And I
suppose
don't.
they take him as a white man. These days, if you're not black and if you're not, you know what, if you're anything but black, you're white. I guess. I
I
don't know.
guess
It's
so. I don't
confusing.
know.
It's
But
confusing. I can't keep up anymore.
from the videos that I've heard JT go and do, I mean, he hasn't said
Okay.
anything straight up horrible.
When I say he looks like a grown up 12-year-old, that's not an insult. I wish I still had that vigor for life. I wish I had that happy demeanor. I wish I had all that, and I don't. I'm jaded. I'm opinionated. I've got a mouth on me, and it's not for ducks. I wish I had that, but I don't. So it's a full on compliment. It really is.
Well, okay. If I wonder what would happen if JT said, "Okay, I'll go to court. We'll go to court. Televise it.
They
Get it
would.
all out in the open.
They
Every
don't.
bit of it."
They don't make a habit of televising it. They did in the Johnny Depp's case probably because it was such high profile. Sure,
Yeah.
this could turn into high profile if people in Congress took notice of it. But even then, I doubt they would televise it. For one, this is part of a culture war, and they would really be stirring up both sides. And unless that was their goal,
Yeah, I think
it
so.
would cause a lot of bad things to go down. Okay, it says Jeff Tarzia, which is Smash JT, promoted the commentary by streamer Destiny, which Destiny is this what you would classically refer to as a cuck, right? Literally, I mean, he like be on camera with his wife with a man in the background, talking about
Oh,
how he liked to swallow other men's stuff.
ew.
Ew.
Yeah, there's more. I'm not even gonna get into it. But this Destiny, related to Mercante's support of Hassan Piker, which is another cuck type ish person, which led to people accusing Mercante of anti Semitism, which, refresh me on that. What is that? Anti Jewish?
Jewish, yeah.
I'm not familiar with that controversy, but I'm just going to take this article at face value here. So, one big streamer commented on another big streamer, and they were both of the far left. And then SmashJT commented on it. So now all the blame is coming down on SmashJT's head. Figure that one out.
It sounds
Nobody,
about like our luck.
As a
nobody
direct
does.
and proximate result of Tarzia's unlawful harassment, Alyssa Mercante lost her job and had her contract bought out by her now former employer. Okay, which she did work at Kontaku, Kotaku. How do you say that? Kontaku?
Kotaku.
Kotaku?
Yeah.
Okay, Kontaku. Um, well, basically, to my understanding, it likely went down like either you quit or you leave. Pick one. And it's like, well, I have a contract. Well, we'll sell it to someone. And they sold it to someone, which happened to be Rolling Stone. That's my interpretation of how it went down. She's claiming it's because of Smash JT commenting on two far left, liberal streamers stream. So Tarzia, Smash JT, intentionally and knowingly, tortiously interfered with Alyssa Mercante's contract with her employer. Okay, now, right off you go, oh, bullshit, that's a load. But he did do one thing. He didn't name her, but he did start a, what do you call it? Those petitions that people are always starting.
Oh, oh.
Anyway, he started an online petition that said "Down with Kotaku." Kotaku. Yeah. He was saying he didn't like cunt tacos. He said basically they had bad reporting, and they did. They talked about how they needed to get rid of whites out of gaming, out of the games themselves, and the workers, the people who make the games. How they talked about ball sack jiggle physics, and he was saying we deserve better than this. Down with Kotaku. I'm trying to say the name right, which he didn't name her. So that's probably how they're going to try to tie that one on him. But they didn't say that that's how it went down. They said it's because he commented on these liberals' streams. So what are they trying to get at here?
I don't know, but it's a far reaching thing.
Yeah, it
It
really is.
claims it claims that Smash JT stoked harassment by his followers. That stoking is by design. New York in this court should recognize a residual liability tort for, I don't know this word, stochastic terrorism, where a person engaged in a targeted pattern of harassment directed at one person with the express goal of otherwise to tortiously whatever interfering in that person's life or livelihood. I know that word is just kind of a bitch of a word to say. So yeah, they're claiming by him commenting on these other streamers' video that he did all this. They're essentially claiming terrorism. They are trying to put terrorism on him.
Okay, they're accusing him of doing everything that she did to him.
Yeah, which is the typical tactic. Terrorism.
No,
Okay, I've actually had that charged against me before. It fell apart. Never even got to be heard. It fell apart before it got anywhere because it was made up nonsense. It is the same in this case, and hopefully they will see it as such and not even hear it.
he's just a YouTuber trying to do his job. That's insane. If they actually put him in jail for that, I hate to
So
see the world we're gonna live in.
So Smash JT has hired Ron Coleman, which is a well-known um, lawyer, to represent him, and hopefully the lawyer is as good as people make out. Now I've read the article. Here is the actual document that was filed by Mercant. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I have trouble with names and words, so it's like association, right?
Yeah.
I'm really not trying hard to insult people, but if it comes off as an insult, it's really association. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here going, "What's that name? What's that word?"
Yeah. Well, the thing is I feel sorry for Smash JT because he's broke like everybody else. And and
Okay,
and
his channel has been on the up and up, but uh, the money he makes. There is a page in there. Now, this is so many pages I can't possibly go through it all. Not in any hour or two. It'd take a day or two, and to really get to it in any detail would take several days. But it makes some such claims. He made like 75,000 a year. It makes another claim saying that it is his sole income. Which, for one, first of all, it's known his wife is a nurse and she makes an income, and
yeah,
they are married, so it's the same. It's counted as
yeah.
one. Secondly, I've seen the numbers he makes, and he does not make that much off of his channel. Now, Hypnotic, like I said, I'm trying to remember her name. uh, to use association, Hypnotic, get he makes quite a bit more, and I think it's because he has great showmanship. He knows how to hype people up. He's like a hype man, right? But you can actually look up their numbers, donations and super chats and all such, and even how much they've been viewed and what that would earn them. You can look up all this, and it's public information. He does not make any such large numbers as the document is claiming.
Well,
So it
that's
it both says he made this ungodly amount, which he did not, and
yeah.
it says it was his sole income, which was not true.
Well, the thing is, it's not just him getting harassed, it's his children and his wife and his parents and everybody
Yes,
that's associated with him.
they've given out his address, his name. I wouldn't be surprised if his family's names weren't in there somewhere too.
I mean, there should be a law against that kind of stuff. She's the one that did all this because I remember when that stuff started, and it was a big uproar, and and hopefully he can get some kind of justice out of this, and not the other way around, because he
Okay,
can go to federal prison for this.
if you want, you can go ahead and read into some of this and comment on it while I check into some other things real quick.
Because
It's
I
not
mean,
showing on my screen. If you got that document up, it's not showing on my screen.
Okay, let me change it over there.
okay. Well, the thing is that's like if this woman was going after any one of us, we'd be screwed. We would literally be screwed. There wouldn't be nothing we could do about it, you know, except try to hire a lawyer and hope for the best. And I'm betting he's there him and his family's going to be in the same boat because the kind of money she's got behind her, my God, she could drag this on in court for years if she wanted to.
Oh,
And,
I can see that happening, and I could see him suffering, going broke, him
but
having to move,
yeah,
possibly even changing his name.
listen to me. There would be nowhere that he could go that he would be safe. He'd have to leave the country. And he couldn't go to Canada because guess what? Canada's worse than here.
That is true, and so is the UK, I believe. So
Yeah.
it would have to be somewhere like Mexico, I think.
But this is just this kind of thing makes me so furious because it is in the Constitution that we have the freedom of speech as long as you don't maliciously, you know, hurt others with your speech. Like you're not calling for violence or whatever, you know. This woman's called for violence against people. I mean, she got on television challenging people to fight her in person. And it's like, what what is it gonna take to make this woman shut up? What's it gonna take? You know? What's it gonna take?
Okay, as it points out here, he also made a page, uh, Kotaku, Kotaku detected, which basically they were they the really woke people, to put an umbrella term on it, started uh, making targeted harassment, calling everybody out by name, started making lists and so on. So he did the same for them. Now here's the thing: they already had a page saying, "Here is everybody that works for us. Here is our friends, that work for other publications." So he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take what they got publicly and I'm gonna list it." So he did that under Kotaku Detected. They took serious issue with that and then hid their names and then started attacking them for it. And now this is in the lawsuit claiming that was his attack on them.
But it
It
was
was
already
public
public.
information. It was public information.
Yeah. So how was it an attack if it was
Yeah,
already public?
all it was saying is, hey, this person involved in this project is friends with Kotaku. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think this is gonna go. I don't think this is gonna go anywhere in court. And if it does, that's just gonna be ridiculous. I don't understand
Okay,
how it could.
I've been to court enough times to understand that these all out insane things, they will entertain sometimes. They will go, no, this is a serious thing you've been accused of. And we're going to take it serious. And if found guilty, you're going to face some harsh penalties. And they will push the most insane things, usually untrue. But the law works in some damn mysterious ways.
Yeah, it does.
If
I
you
guess
ever spend any amount of time in court, you will learn it is not something you want to get mixed up in whatsoever.
Oh
It
no.
it never goes in the way you think it's gonna go. Essentially,
Yeah,
I guess
it's it's incredible how much evidence is against that woman there. You know, and she was wanting to make a court case against him, even though the evidence is showing the opposite. It's crazy.
they say the burden of proof is on you. It's not. When an accusation is put out there against you, you have to prove that you didn't do it. Now, sure, they're supposed to prove, yeah, they did it, and here's the proof. But here's the thing: word of mouth is considered proof. They sign a affidavit, and that is considered proof. So essentially, an accusation levied alone, they consider proof. That means you're up a shit creek going, I have to disprove something I know nothing about, and how the hell am I going to do that? If they go, well, 2 years ago on this day, and it's like, how the hell am I supposed to know what I was doing on this day?
Yeah, it's
I
crazy. A
mean,
lot of
hell,
times
I
crazy.
have a problem remembering what I did last week.
Okay, so you go, well, we're gonna you are gonna have to provide the documentation, whether it be contacting your ISP and showing every inbound and outbound connection. And you're like, well, you're the court, and you're the one that accused me. Why don't you do it? No, that's on you. So you say to your lawyer, hey, I need this done. It's like, well, do it. I just handle the law stuff. Now, I don't know how it is for some of you, but I've been to court enough times. That's the way it generally works. Okay, you go to contact, say in this emphasis in this scenario, your ISP, and they say, well, we it has to be subpoenaed. And you're like, well, I'm doing it on the word of the court. And they're like, well, have your lawyer contact us. And the lawyer's like, I told you to do it. So it goes in circles, and you never get what you need. If you ever get the documentation you're supposed to get, it will not be thorough enough to prove anything. And it's a whole lot of white noise. It's like slinging enough shit at the wall till some of it sticks. That's court.
Yeah. But hopefully his lawyer's better than the ones we've seen around here. I
He
mean,
said he was like,
there's a few. There was like one or two good lawyers around here, and the rest of them was crap.
but he said he's getting at least a semi-famous lawyer, right? Maybe that'll help him out a lot.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, if this lawyer recognizes how how potential how potentially large this case can be, maybe he'll take it serious and come fully armed for it.
Well,
I hope he, I hope he countersues for what he's doing. Maybe they'll teach her a lesson. I doubt it will, but maybe.
well, the thing is what would be beneficial is if he could get other people. If she's done a lot of people this way, and if
Okay,
he could get witnesses to where she's done them that way too, that would go a long way to help his case.
not just witnesses, but they need to join in it. But
Yeah.
and you're absolutely right on that. But again, as someone that's been in court a good many times, people hear court, they're scared shitless. They will be fence sitters. They'll be like, well, good luck to you, and I hope for the best for you, but you don't bring my name out, you leave my name out of your fucking mouth. That's what you get in reality.
Yeah, that's true. But somehow I think that people are so damn sick and tired of this kind of stuff. He might get some people to go in there with him, and I'm sure his lawyer, if there's anybody, will be able to find them and see if they'll go to court with him. I mean, it's worth a shot. I
I
mean,
really
he's up
hope
against
so.
a monolith of money and just legislation and every damn thing else. He's going to have something in his corner.
Okay,
So,
they claimed he had made 75,000 in a year. I don't foresee that as a streamer of his size. And maybe I'm wrong. I could be. But I'm wondering if they went to public records and came up with this amount, or if it's just the amount they're pulling out their ass.
well,
I really don't foresee that he made that much in a year. I could be wrong. If he did, good for him. I wish I could
good
make
for
that.
him. But okay, another thing
Or
that I want
that meme
to.
is going around. Well, an angry little black boy is like with a mad face. I'm happy for you.
But I wish him the best of luck because he's gonna need it.